In 2011, there are over 250,000 Australians living with dementia. Without a significant medical breakthrough, this number is expected to increase to almost 1 million by 2050. Dementia is the third leading cause of death in Australia after heart disease and stroke, and the single greatest cause of disability for Australians aged 65 years and over. Dementia has an impact on every part of the health and care system.
Hello! How are you? How are you?
In 2007, the National Gallery of Australia implemented an Art and Alzheimer's pilot program. The success of this 6-week pilot led the gallery to develop a range of programs for people living with dementia.
Oh, this is great.
The term dementia describes the symptoms of a large group of illnesses of the brain, including Alzheimer's disease, which is the most common.
It's, by definition, it's progressive, and it's mostly associated with later life, but people can develop Alzheimer's disease or other dementias as early as their 30s. Sometimes I've seen 20s.
It is a broad term describing loss of memory, intellect, rationality, social skills, and normal emotional reactions, and declares itself differently in each individual living with dementia.
You had someone on the first group who had what's called receptive aphasia, and we discussed him, and he couldn't understand what you were saying. He couldn't understand language coming in, but he could speak very well. And in fact, I vividly remember him going up to a painting and describing in some detail how the artist had done it. It was a pretty amazing thing, actually, that was. Yeah.
The visual arts stimulate the senses. Colour, composition, technique and ideas combine to express the artist's viewpoint. A work of art can communicate across social, cultural and linguistic barriers. Looking at a work of art is an experiential process.
Because every week was a new and different experience for them.
For people living with dementia, a guided gallery tour can provide the chance to express their optimum capacity. It is as if the subjective uniqueness of the work of art allows each person living with dementia to articulate their unique experience for that hour.
That sort of brings my early life home to me. If I don't look at the high-rise buildings.
Oh, that's really
That's your
interesting.
later life. No.
Yes.
Therefore, a discussion-based tour in a gallery should encourage the sharing of observations, insights, knowledge and interpretations.
Her fifth baby of the 9 girls, and the bridge was open on her birthday.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh yes, and she never let it go by.
Without telling you that was the day the Harbour Bridge was open.
Oh
was her
yes,
birthday.
absolutely.
Living with a disease that lessens cognitive ability can lead to social isolation and a neglect of the need for intellectual stimulation. Sometimes partners, carers and families protect the person they care for by reducing social contact.
One of your educators came to one of the nursing homes and she didn't recognise these people. They were sitting on a settee, not saying anything, not interacting, and yet here at the gallery they, well, as the educator said, you couldn't tell they had dementia. So it enriches their lives. You're not trying to cure the dementia, but at least for that hour they were giving a chance to behave like normal people.
The creative stimulation of a visit to a gallery facilitates enjoyment, friendship and learning in an inclusive environment. Hence, the gallery tour increases well-being and quality of life.
I think this person in the picture, he looks as though he's had a hard life boxer or something like that.
Oh, that's interesting.
You know, he's got this nose just been pushed in, you know.
He was 56 when he was diagnosed, and he started coming to the gallery the following year, so early in 2008. And it's been great value to him and to us. Well, when he was first diagnosed, he was pretty depressed and thought it was sort of the end of his life, and every headache he had, he thought he was going to die. And I think, you know, as he got involved in things like the gallery visits, he realised that there is life after dementia, that you don't have to be lying in a nursing home in the last stages to have dementia. There's lots of value in your life, and coming to the gallery has been one of the great joys that he's had.
I was in a really dark place when I got the news, and I was thinking, you know, very dark, going dark to very dark places, and I've found tremendous solace just being with the people, you know, that, you know, I mean, they've got problems too, and in a way I like to make their journey a better one.
The aims of an art and Alzheimer's program are to promote well-being and quality of life through engagement with the visual arts, to provide opportunities for social inclusion, to reconnect people with dementia to their sense of identity, to reduce the social stigma associated with dementia, to raise community awareness of this growing health issue, to improve the care of people living with dementia, and to build community arts and health partnerships to develop sustainable programs. The purpose of this training is to encourage art centres, museums and galleries to establish similar programs to support people living with dementia in remote, regional and metropolitan communities. Section 1 will outline the ways to establish a gallery program and the partners involved. Partnerships are the foundation of a sustainable program for a community. Consultation during a joint training workshop will help identify resources and share expertise, as well as building a working relationship between local arts and health professionals. The benefits and challenges of a visit to a gallery for people living with dementia will be understood from both perspectives.
It was difficult initially to organise, as they are at different stages with their health conditions. So there will be days that some of our residents were unwell or tired. We had the support of the staff and management, which helped us.
Partners can include gallery educators, directors and guides, community-based dementia care providers, residential care providers, regional health services, local council representatives, art therapists, arts and health volunteers and community members. Working with these partners from the beginning of the process will ensure all parties understand and are committed to the success of the program.
What do you think it might be? A waterhole.
3 types or models for tours will be described, based on the program at the National Gallery of Australia. These tours at the gallery are delivered by a group of trained educators with the support of gallery volunteers and health-based carers. Groups from community organisation, groups of people living with dementia and their carers, and groups from residential care facilities are 3 models to consider. Tours for people with early to mid-stage dementia living at home are coordinated by a community organisation such as Alzheimer's Australia, are supported by a carer from the community organisation who may also organise transport and a cup of coffee after the tour, are scheduled through consultation between the gallery and the community organisation to establish the frequency of the tour, include 4 to 6 participants with one carer, and provide access for a small group of people. Tours for people living in residential care with mid to later stage dementia.
Can you see the emus, Toddy?
Are coordinated by a residential care facility who organises transport. Include 4 to 6 participants, usually supported by 2 carers. Are scheduled through consultation to establish the frequency of the tour. At the National Gallery, these are usually a series of 6 tours once a week or fortnight.
You like emus?
I can't hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm definitely you can't hear it.
Do you like emus?
I was scared of them first, but
Yes.
I loved them when I saw after a while, you know, when I saw them. I knew they wouldn't hurt me, otherwise I would not.
Have you ever fed an emu?
No, I wasn't going.
Welcome to the gallery, guys. Thank you. It's really lovely to see you here. And you too, Anne. Thank you for coming.
Tours for people living with dementia to share with their partner or carer. Include participants with dementia from early to late stage. Are coordinated by the gallery, who advertises the program through doctors' surgeries, newspaper and radio, community organisations, websites, and perhaps a flyer. Include 8 to 10 participants where each person with dementia is supported by their own partner or carer.
It's something that I can share with Chris as well. You know, he was going to the gallery on the Mondays and, you know, coming home with all the artwork and the wonderful things that he's learnt. And I thought, I want to be a part of that.
Mid-morning is the optimum time for a tour. Participants will be able to focus on the discussion. People with dementia can become very tired by the afternoon. However, different arrangements can be made for different groups, and by maintaining flexibility, the gallery will learn what works.
The type of tour that can be offered in a region will depend on the resources available. A variety of tour models will allow greater access to the gallery for people living with dementia. However, it is important to consult, discuss and be realistic about what will suit your community. It may be best to start small.
Delivering a tour for people living with dementia requires a facilitator who is patient, flexible, willing to listen and learn, and who is an engaging communicator. Training should include both arts and health professionals and describe the types and effects of dementia from a medical perspective. If possible, the training should also incorporate the opportunity to observe a tour delivered by an experienced educator, to workshop communication techniques, and to discuss the needs of both sectors. Participants build procedural memory, rapport and confidence when the same staff are involved with each group for each visit.
If you just head over that way, you'll see test.
Okay, thanks very much.
Thanks a lot.
Staff working on the front desk of the gallery, security guards and taxi drivers, and even other visitors to the gallery may require some information about the needs of visitors with dementia. When ancillary staff know what to expect, anxiety or stress for participants and carers is minimised.
It's such a big space, it's a long distance to walk.
And I just saw the hill there, and I thought, first I wasn't looking at them, I was looking at these things and I thought, it's a long...
Observing how an educator communicates and interacts with a group of people living with dementia, and how this may be different from a school group or tour for the general public, provides a positive demonstration of the need to change the pace and style of the tour for this audience. Role play provides an opportunity for feedback. Through practice, staff can rehearse introducing works of art with open-ended questions and statements, becoming comfortable with silence and allowing the tour to be led by the participants. Role-play also assists in bringing to the attention of gallery staff the different issues and some of the difficulties faced by people living with dementia.
We get little information sometimes, but having our residents able to express and reminisce helps the staff deliver that holistic care to them. Yes, and the artwork was of benefit.
Working closely with carers will achieve the best outcomes. Carers provide valuable assistance moving through the gallery, visiting restrooms, placing chairs, helping people sit down and stand up, and on departure. Carers accompanying community and residential care groups may only occasionally make a comment. Carers will often be appreciative of the opportunity to listen to the discussion and to learn more about their clients.
I like listening to your story, especially about early Canberra.
In tours where the carer is an active participant, the tour will still be delivered to optimise the capacity of the people with dementia.
It doesn't look Australian, but it could very well be, because there are some grand houses up there that could have gardens like that.
All tours provide an opportunity for the carer to appreciate how much people living with dementia have to contribute and the importance of social interaction.
He grew a lot of orchids, yes. They're beautiful.
Very beautiful, absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, the backyard is full of them.
Oh, how wonderful. Section 2 will cover the practical elements such as planning, selecting and discussing works of art. Section 2 of the training includes a number of key elements for arts professionals. It will draw on the prior knowledge and experience of gallery educators and volunteers and will challenge some accepted notions of a guided tour in a gallery. The focus of this section is on planning, selecting works of art and communication. Planning and preparation reduce stress for the participants. When the same routines are followed during each tour, everyone knows what to expect. The educator or gallery representative leading the group should organise seating in the gallery spaces, prepare name tags and print images of the works of art to be viewed. Anticipate needs such as hearing aids, glasses and walking frames. Plan the route through the gallery and keep in mind the location of the restrooms and where the tour will finish. Consider how best to guide the group up and down stairs, along ramps and into lifts. How much space is required for a person in a wheelchair? How will wheelchairs and walking frames affect seating arrangements, and will they add time to the length of the tour? Consider noise from other activities in the gallery. Some noises may be distracting and make it difficult to hear. Floor surfaces can be visually confusing. Highly polished floors which reflect light may not appear to be flat or stable. People living with dementia may want to step over, up or down where there is a contrast in the floor covering.
So we're going into this gallery here.
Clear directions guide the group moving through the gallery. Walk with the group and allow time for frail participants. Offer your arm to assist or steady someone. Informal conversation at this time provides valuable opportunities to connect.
Did you get into trouble for that?
No, we did it when we could do it, and if there was anyone around, we didn't do it.
Some people living with dementia may require assistance to sit down. Extend a hand and provide a verbal prompt such as, "The stool is just behind you." Choose 4 works of art. The tour should last from 45 minutes to an hour. If the group is known to you, you'll be able to select works of art which you know will be of interest and some that may present a challenge. For a new group, select works which you are confident and familiar with.
Do you know, it's going to be good too because there's a bench here for them already to sit on and it's a good size.
Medium-sized works of art are not overpowering and can be seen all at once. A very large work of art can be difficult to process. Some painterly techniques can be visually confusing. The surface is very intricate.
You're right.
And all of the mosaic of small brush strokes can be very deceptive when people look at it. A work of art may be of interest to the group, but is too high or the surface too reflective to see from a sitting position. Works of art displayed closely together may make it difficult to focus on just one. Be aware of the position of the work of art to be discussed. Make sure there is no danger of damage to surrounding works of art. And be careful not to block access routes for other visitors to the gallery.
Bob is saying that he's a character, and is he a hero or not?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
You know, he was just a mongrel.
He was a mongrel.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Not a hero.
No.
Yeah, but he's perceived as that, I think, these days.
Yes.
Or at least over the years.
Are you thinking about the story of his life?
Yeah.
Yeah. And his
He
family?
was a bit naughty,
Yes.
but otherwise, you know, he couldn't help what he was doing, I don't think.
So you understand why he
Yeah,
broke the law?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think, many of the coppers were rotten.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Family should be coming together.
Yes. Yes. So family should always stick together.
Yes, I think so.
By using the following 4 steps, observe, describe, interpret and connect, the educator is able to develop strategies to introduce the work of art and develop discussion points. Consider one point you would like the group to gain from the work of art. However, the group may move the discussion in directions you had not anticipated, and you may not have an opportunity to express your point.
Go with the flow. Go with the flow is very important in dementia care.
The first step, observe, allows the participants to spend time looking and to process visual information. A hand gesture can focus the group. Silence allows time for people to formulate their responses and should be relaxed. It is important for the educator to be patient. Don't be afraid of silence. The second step, describe, allows the group to voice simple statements that describe the work of art.
Is he in charge?
Yes, he's got the cat.
Yes. He's got the gun? Yes. Yes.
So he's in the
He's strong.
strong.
Yes. Yep. He's the focus, I agree. Yep. Yep.
The third step, interpret, allows the group to draw on prior knowledge, historical information and cultural references to explore the meaning of a work of art.
Some people see him as a hero,
Yes,
some people as a mongrel.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. He was a bad beggar.
Yeah. Perhaps he was looking for trouble always. The sky will get much darker for this man. Yep.
When appropriate, support the ideas discussed with art history.
Denise is saying that her husband has done some work on Ned Kelly.
The fourth step, connect, allows the group to make personal connections with the work of art through memories, judgments, emotion and life experience.
It's a very strange image, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
With the eyes closed.
Yeah, like he's been bashed around, you know, as a boxer.
Have you ever been to a boxing match? I was just interested in your first comment about it being a boxer, like a boxer.
My father was a boxer.
Was he really?
Some people with dementia will open the discussion with a connecting statement such as, "I don't like this one." By utilising open-ended questions and statements, the educator will be able to arrive at the reasons for the statement and also prompt the group to explore the work of art in detail. The result will often be a modification of the original opinion. Remember, the aim of the tour is to enhance well-being and quality of life, the creative stimulation of the work of art, time to process information, to contribute to open-ended discussion and to be listened to, encourages each participant to express their optimum capacity.
Just as long as I'm with you, my happiness.
Non-verbal communication is important and used by both the educator and the participants. People with mid to advanced dementia may have difficulty understanding or using language, and some may have English as their second language. These participants will rely on non-verbal communication to connect with you and the world. A shared joke and laughter creates a bond between the group. Use the following strategies to engage and encourage discussion. Be patient and flexible. When the educator is comfortable with silence and waits for comments, the tour moves at a pace suitable for the participants. A spontaneous comment can prompt more relevant and diverse discussion for the group. By using participants' names, the educator demonstrates respect. By listening carefully and repeating responses, the educator shows the value of each participant's comments and will allow time for the comment to be processed and responses to be formulated. Repeating responses will also focus attention of the group, assist with hearing difficulties, and affirm and support the speaker. If the educator talks too much or lectures the group, discussion will cease. Make eye contact, smile and nod encouragement. Use hand gestures to indicate the work of art to be viewed. Support comments by standing up and pointing to the relevant section of the work of art. Lean forward and smile to invite comments. Change your position in the group so that you can connect with each participant. And use touch to include, encourage, or to reassure.
What sort of building would it be?
Short, simple statements based on observation allows participants to enter into conversation with the least amount of pressure. Open-ended questions are non-threatening. People living with dementia can be anxious about understanding, processing, and then formulating an answer to a direct question.
If the educator talks too much, the people with dementia will either wander off or just withdraw. What was so good about the educators was that they listened and instead of telling. Because if you start telling someone with dementia something, they won't remember, and they may not understand what you're saying even. And what your educators did was get their attention on the picture and then maybe press a few buttons, this is a dancing scene, has anybody ever been to a dance? And take them into the picture and then shut up if necessary.
The routines for the arrival of the group at the gallery are as important as the routine for departure. By always welcoming the group in the foyer of the gallery with a handshake and a smile, by introducing yourself and by saying your name, even with people who attend the gallery frequently, you create a positive emotion and connection from the outset of the tour. If possible, give each participant captioned copies of the works of art they have viewed on their visit to the gallery. These aid in refreshing memories of the tour and can act as a stimulation for discussion with family and friends.
We've done one for each, for everybody who came.
Oh, that'll be great. Oh, thanks very much, Adrian. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Section 3 will focus on ways to achieve high standards in the program, meet the needs of the community and maintain a sustainable program.
In any kind of caring situation, it's important to share experiences. Part of the evaluation was these focus groups with the educators. They'd learned so much about dementia. It completely overturned all their assumptions. And at least one of them, and possibly two, said they'd learned so much from the people with dementia. So it was a true two-way experience.
A viable long-term program benefits from regular evaluation to meet the changing needs and resources of a community. Gather feedback from people living with dementia, their carers, the facilitators of community groups, and residential care activity officers to form a broad basis for evaluation. This information can be used to further develop the program and to apply for funding. The educator should record information about the tour, the images viewed and observations of the participants. Recall and use this information in following visits to assist in developing the participant's sense of being valued. Galleries, which are funded by a regional council, should encourage and educate council members to gain an understanding of the value of an art and Alzheimer's program. Funding will help establish a sustainable program.
I feel that I'm having the best life I've ever had.
Looking at pictures unlocks emotions as well. Absolutely. You know, they bring up emotions when you look at paintings, both for Chris and myself, and sometimes you get so caught up in this illness you sort of forget to laugh, forget to cry, yes, forget you have other emotions, you know, yes, and that's been incredibly important as well.
Bye.
Did you enjoy yourself today?
I did, my word I did, yes. My husband wasn't with me, but I tell you what, he missed out on a bit.
Yeah.
That's good.
What did you like about it?
Generally, the communication of everybody together,
yes,
you know, and I enjoyed that.
It's the first time I've seen Joy come out in the conversation, and as much as she was saying today, I was just amazed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she doesn't normally speak that much?
No, she just sits back and doesn't say very much at all.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
See you all next week.
The Art and Alzheimer's program at the National Gallery of Australia has provided broad and deep engagement with the community. The tours have provided staff with new and stimulating ways of looking at and discussing works of art. And the program has shown in a tangible way the power of art to move and engage people. We anticipate that the information and suggestions included in this training will be adapted to meet the unique needs of each community where an art and dementia program is established. And we hope that arts and health professionals, as well as volunteers and people living with dementia, will be inspired to participate. An art gallery is an important site for social inclusion. Because dementia affects each person in different ways, meaningful activities need to be experiential and open-ended. Works of art encourage interpretation and provide a space that is receptive to the experiences and achievements of the individual. Participating in a tour of works of art offers the opportunity for people living with dementia to connect with creative and challenging concepts, free of judgments, outcomes or conclusions. The experience is enriching and life-affirming and recognises that people living with dementia have much to offer. Make contact with your gallery and dementia care providers and discover the rewards of an art and Alzheimer's program.